everyone. Today we're going to talk about minor scales. So major scales made up of the formula whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, repeated a million times to yourself, sound like this. That's a C major scale. We're very used to that. So if you sing along with that, it might sound kind of familiar, singing from 1 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In our society, we associate major scales with kind of a bright, happy sound. So that's what we think of as major. Minor scales, we're going to look at 3 different minor scales. Natural minor, which is the most common one, it occurs naturally. Melodic minor and harmonic minor. Okay, those are the 3 different kinds of scales with different colors and different notes, okay? A natural minor scale is very similar to a major scale. You just lower the 3rd scale degree, the 6th scale degree, and the 7th scale degree by a half step. Let me just play what that sounds like. So here is C major. Here is C natural minor. That's C natural minor. So let me show you on the page what I did. Here we had a C major scale. C major has no sharps or flats. Here are the notes, and then here are the numbers, scale numbers for the C major scale. Then I always start with a major scale because we know how major scales work, okay? So whenever I'm figuring out minor scales, I start with the major scale. I write my major scale, C major, and I need to make a C natural minor scale. So I'm going to lower the 3, so the E gets lowered a half step to E flat. The 6, the A, gets lowered a half step to A flat. And the 7, the B, gets lowered a half step to B flat. This is now, let me write that down, a C natural minor scale. So it looks like this. C, D, let me play it. C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. Okay? C melodic minor scale. Melodic minor. All we do is we lower the 3rd scale degree coming from the major scale. So again, we're going to use the C major scale. All white notes, no black notes in this. Sometimes it's just easier to do that. I'm writing it out with the scale numbers, always with the scale numbers, so I lower the right note. Here's my C major scale again, right? Now I'm going to lower just the 3rd note, just the E to an E flat. It's going to sound a little bit like the natural minor scale, except the 6 and 7 are major-ish. So here's C melodic minor. So minor in the beginning, major in the second half. C harmonic minor, we just lower 3 and 6, okay? So, write my C major scale out, all white notes, getting really good at this. Then I put my scale numbers so I don't get it wrong. Okay, again, here's my C major scale. And now I'm going to do C harmonic minor. I just lower 3 and 6. So E gets lowered to E flat. A gets lowered to A flat. Okay, here's C harmonic minor, and it has a nice sound. This is here what it sounds like. So it has a really specific sound. That's C harmonic minor. Okay? Just a reminder, when you are figuring out these minors, remember to start with the major scale and then lower them. Okay, then we're going to talk about 2 more things with minors. Those are the types of scales there are. And then here's relationship between scales. I'm just looking over because my dog's in here. She's very needy. Okay, first we've got relative minor. So when you're related to someone, you share the same blood, but you might not look the same, right? So G major G major scale, let's choose that one. Has one sharp, F sharp, okay? You don't need to know that off the top of your head. I just had it ready, okay? Here's my G major scale. It has one sharp, it's an F sharp. There is a minor scale, natural minor scale, that also has one sharp, that's an F sharp. And we find it, the relative minor, so they're related, they have the same notes, the same key signature. We find it by finding just the 6th scale degree in the major scale. So G major, the 6th scale degree, if you write out the scale, is, that's right, it's just an E. So if you start on E and you go up to E and you do the same key signature, so you're going to do an F sharp, that will make an E natural minor scale. Let me show you. Starting on E, the note E, and then I'm going to put an F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Natural minor scale, E natural minor. And it's related to G major because they have the same notes. They both only have an F sharp. So I just found the 6th scale degree of G major. It's an E, and that's my natural minor scale. Let me play them for you, okay? Here's G major. Now, here's E natural minor. So I'm going to go up to the E and start there. Okay? So sometimes when we go back and forth between the two keys, G major, E minor, it's very typical in music, okay? Beginning of the song Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I might actually put that in the chapter so you can see that. So going from relative minor to major or relative major to minor is very common, and it sounds really nice because you get a different color, okay? The other one, there's relative major and minor and parallel major and minor. Parallel is like basically starting at the same spot and then going totally different paths, okay? All that parallel minor is, if you have G major, the parallel minor is just G natural minor. So it's just the same first note. They share the same tonic. Parallel major and minor share the same tonic. So G major, the parallel minor is G natural minor. And how do we find natural minor again, coming from the major? What do we lower? Natural minor, we lower 3, 6, and 7, okay? So let me do that. Here's my G major scale. Here we are starting with G major. That's my G major scale. It's the same as this. Now I'm going to lower 3, 6, and 7 by a half step. So B becomes B flat. There. E becomes E flat. And F sharp goes down a half step and just becomes F natural. So I'm going to just cross out that F sharp, okay? That's not a double sharp, that's just crossing out the F sharp. So we go from G major, let me play it for you. G major. Lower the 3rd, lower the 6th, lower the 7th, and it's the parallel minor, which is G natural minor. So it's just they share the same tonic. Relative minor and major share the same key signature. They share the same bunch of notes, okay? Relatives share the same DNA. They share the same blood. So that's what you need to know about major and minor. I've attached a PDF in this chapter to just have all this information so you can get it straight. Natural minor, low 3, 6, and 7. Melodic minor, lower 3. And harmonic minor, lower 3 and 6. I'm just going to play the scales as the final so you can hear them all, okay? C major. C natural minor, lower 3, 6, 7. C harmonic minor, the unusual one, lower 3 and 6. C melodic minor, all you do is lower 3.